Welcome back to the channel. This is the Action Figure Grader, and as always, it's Friday. It's time to look at some items on eBay, both buy it nows as well as auctions for vintage Star Wars items. We've got some comic books as well as some vintage Kenner stuff, and you guys know the drill by now. In the video description, there will be eBay affiliate links to all of these items. If you use those links to make an offer, to place a low bid and then come back and win the auction later, or just buy it now, it does help out the channel. Or if you click on any of those links and buy anything else on eBay, it also helps out the channel. So thanks to those of you that do that. I've got a couple of shout outs I need to give before we dig into these awesome items. Rob H., he recently became a Patreon supporter and then also increased his Patreon support. So thank you, Rob, for doing that. Another member also joined the Patreon crew. He wanted to remain anonymous. So thank you, Anonymous, for becoming a Patreon supporter. And then Laugh It Up Fuzzball 70 sent me another YouTube super. He sent me a bunch over the years. So thank you, Laugh It Up Fuzzball 70 over in, I believe you're in the UK or in Europe. So thank you very much for sending the super. It really does mean a lot that all of you help support the channel. Can't say enough about it. I really can't. It just means a lot to me. So thank you all very much. Okay, so let's start off with a couple of comics before we dig into the awesome vintage items. That Yoda, I want to buy that so bad. I want to buy it so bad, but I'm not going to do it. It's only been 7 days since the start of the year as of the making of this video. I can't break my promise already to not buy anything. So, it never fails, man. Something good always comes up. All right, so this one's an interesting one. I've got this in a direct edition, but this is Star Wars Annual number 3, the Canadian price variant. This is in a CGC 9.8 with off-white to white pages. This is a one of one. A one of one. Here is the census on the CGC pop report, if you will. This is the only one in a 9.8 grade. It's a great cover. It kind of shows Vader, in my opinion, I assume this is what he's doing. He's reaching forward to Luke saying, "Join me, father and son, and we'll rule the galaxy," during the battle at Bespin. That's what it looks like to me. It's an annual. It's a great cover. Very tough to get in a 9.8 because of the black border going, around the book. And I've got a 9.8 with white pages, just the direct edition, which there's many of those. There's 30 or 40 of those. And I paid around $400 for mine. This one's at auction. It ends Sunday evening. The starting bid is $5.99, and it's the harder to find Canadian price variant, and it's one of one. So me personally, I would have no trouble buying that at that price. You can make an offer or you can bid. There's only 2 watchers, including me, on this book. But let me tell you, if you're into the vintage run, the Marvel run for Star Wars comics, to get the Canadian price variant, a one of one, I would love to have that book. That's a great deal. Next up is Star Wars number 81. This is kind of the return of Boba Fett. It's a great painted cover. I've got this book in a 9.8 direct edition, just like this book. And this one is listed for exactly the 30-day moving average on Go Collect. So, the 30-day moving average is $385. It's listed for $385 plus shipping. Very fair price, in my opinion. And it's a great cover. It kind of details Boba Fett's escape from the Sarlacc pit. It doesn't follow exactly what actually happens in the book of Boba Fett, but give me a break. This is from 1984. Great painted cover and very well priced, in my opinion. Next up, this is a rare modern book, and most of you don't care about this book, but this is the concept art edition of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. This was only, I believe, okay, I'm going on memory. This was only given out to employees, and I don't know if it was employees for the comic shop or for for Marvel employees, or if they were employees of Galaxy's Edge. But it was, I know that it was given to certain employees. It's a very rare book, very, very rare book. There's 42 of them on the census in a 9.8 grade. And this one's at auction and ends in 8 days and 7 hours. The fair market value on Go Collect is $850. So That show, and it's been a lot more expensive than that. This was going at one point for like $3,000. I mean, it was crazy. But it is a modern book, so I wouldn't spend $850 seems like a fair number for what it is, but it is a 1 of 42, so it's not like super rare, but it was never in retail hands. Okay, these were all given out to employees, and I don't know the whole backstory, but I vaguely remember someone telling me about it. And it says employee only edition in the actual title of the auction, but that's the story I vaguely remember talking to somebody. It's kind of a cool cover, don't get me wrong, but very, very tough to find this book. It's a very, very low print run book. Next up, let's dig into the vintage items, and we're going to start off with a heater. It's an AFA 30, but this is a first shot prototype for Blue Snaggletooth. And it's only, again, only an AFA 30 archival case. You can see it's got paint wear on the boots. I'm sure that they used this to test the paint as they were kind of testing out the equipment way back in the day. And so they were probably scraping the boots just to see how well the paint would stay on the boots. And obviously the final retail product didn't stay on very well either. We all know how easy it is to scuff those boots up. But it's an AFA 30, admittedly, but it is a prototype. A 1978 first shot prototype for Blue Snags. That is, and it's priced at $36.25, which honestly, that doesn't seem like a bad deal to me. There have been some higher grade examples of first shot prototypes for Blue Snags, but they've gone for a way more money, way more money. This one also does have a make an offer option, so you can see how flexible he is on the price. I would have no trouble at all paying the list price, but it's a very, very rare item, and anything first shot prototype, I just salivate over. So you can kind of do your own research on Hakes and see what prices are like. But, to me, I would throw out a lowball bid of $3,000 and just see what happens, because that to me is worth it for what that is. I mean, that's a very cool item. And that seller also, by the way, has some other really nice items for sale that they listed, so you can check out their other inventory. Next up, at auction from a trusted seller that I have bought from in the past, this is a factory sealed AFA 80 Plus for the 12-inch Princess Leia. The box got an 80, window 85, figure 85. So if you're looking for a factory sealed, high grade AFA example, this one is at auction. This one ends Sunday evening at 11 o'clock Eastern time. Again, 505, trusted seller, AFA 80 plus on that one. This seller, Jada34, we cover their items a lot in the Mint on Card market updates. They have a CAS 80 grade 20 back E for the Death Star droid. I think I've already got this one in my collection. 80, 85, 80 are the sub-scores on that one. Punched example with a Children's Palace price sticker. Very nice. The current bid is $370 on this one. I imagine this one will get to, I don't know, I'd say minimum $750 to $850, somewhere in that ballpark. And that one ends Monday evening. That seller also does have some other items at auction for sale. Some die cast. I've got several die cast I wanted to show you. This is a UKG 80% die cast loose graded Slave 1. And that one is listed for 235 pounds, which is 294 US dollars. You can also make an offer on this one. That's a really nice example of the die-cast Slave 1 in high grade and priced very fairly, in my opinion. Die-cast series Slave 1 UKG 80%. Some Mint on Card die-cast before we dig into, going back to the vintage Kenner items. This is a DCA 80 Darth Vader's TIE Fighter. And you can see there, DCA, that's just AFA's die-cast division. This is a 21 back Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, AFA 80, DCA 80, 85, 80, 90 are the sub-scores on that one. Unpunched, no price sticker, and that one is a beauty. That one's a really nice example. That one ends Sunday evening. It's same seller also has a DCA 80 Mint on Card Cloud Car, Twin Pod Cloud Car, 80, 80, 85 are the sub-scores on that one. And that one's also a clear blister, unpunched, no price sticker. Would love to have that one as well. You guys know how much I love the Cloud Car Pilot, but it was not meant to be, Shelly. Not meant to be. The current bid on that one, again, $492. That one also ends Sunday evening. Here is a make an offer situation. I received an offer for $999, so $100 off the list price of $1099. This is an AFA 80 plus mint and sealed box Hoth Wampa. We've seen other examples around this grade go for about this price in auctions from AFA CIB. So I don't feel too bad about showing this one at $10.99. There is also a make an offer option. I already received an offer for $100 off for that particular example. Again, that's an AFA 80 plus mint and sealed box Hoth Wampa. Really nice example. This one just got listed with a $500 starting bid. I think it's going to sell pretty easily. This is a clear blister debut card, unpunched, no price sticker for the Hoth Imperial Stormtrooper, the 31 back A. What a beauty. Very clean example. $500 starting bid is very low. There's 19 watchers on it, and this is also a seller that we cover in many other market updates. So, I think you're going to get the item just fine. He's got 98% positive feedback with 676 transactions. I have never bought from this seller, but again, I've covered this seller many times in my market updates. And that is a beauty of a debut card for the Hoth Imperial Stormtrooper. This seller has some incredible non-sonic welded figures that have been graded by CAS using those custom cases where they kind of expand everything and show you all the different pieces. This one is a Lily Letty Klaatu. And this one is a non-sonic welded, and it's 75 plus. This is the Klaatu Skiff Guard outfit. And I love these kind of non-sonic welded figures where all the pieces are kind of exploded out like that. I've got several of these in my collection. I would love to have this personally. This one's listed for $500, and there's 6 watchers on it. And this seller also has this one that I really want. This is a Yoda non-sonic welded graded CAS 75. And it's displayed with all the accessories, the snake, cane, belt, and robe. That is a really cool example. I love how that is displayed there. That one's listed for $750. It seems like a lot of money, but it's very tough to find non-sonic welded figures, and it's got 5 watchers on that one right now. Next up, we've got a UKG 90% Revenge of the Jedi Ugnaught proof card. Absolute stunner, obviously unpunched. Pre-production prototype proof card for the Ugnaught, graded 90% gold from UKG. And I think this price is really nice. I mean, it's £1,250, which is $1,565 US, and it has a make an offer option. I mean, it's a very high grade example. To me, it's not too far off as to what fair market value is. I would try to probably get $200 or $300 off of that, but that's a really nice example. Would love to have that as well, to be honest with you. Here is a beautiful auction. This is a department store 8-pack, and you can see the figures that are included, all Return of the Jedi figures, and it's graded uncirculated 85. 85, 85, 80 are the subscore on this one. All of those are early Return of the Jedi figures in a multi-pack. It's at auction. $760 is the current bid, and that one ends Sunday evening. Next up, this one just got listed at auction from another seller that I've never bought from, but we cover very regularly on the channel in the market update, so I feel very confident that you'll get this item. Over 3,800 transactions, 100% positive feedback. 12 back C, unpunched, no price sticker, Luke Farm Boy, and it is a clear blister. Little bit of ripple in that upper right corner of the blister. I think this one gets an 80 pretty easily. Pretty easily gets the 80 grade. This is a made in Taiwan figure. 12 back C, beautiful Luke. Beautiful, beautiful Luke. I think, again, that one gets an 80 grade pretty easily. That one ends Monday evening, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, it's at auction. So if you use the affiliate links to place a low bid on any of these auctions and then come back to win it later, it does help out the channel. CIB AFA, they've got a bunch of items at auction on their eBay page. I only included 2 just to show you 2 of the items, but this is the Open Belly Rescue Tauntaun, and this is the Palatoy example. It's graded AFA 75. This is mint and sealed box, not qualified graded. And anything with that Palatoy logo on it, I mean, I love that logo. That is super cool. And this is just one of those items that looks great in the collection. So there, and look at that. It's got the Boba Fett Bounty Hunter sticker there, Bounty Hunter Club or whatever that was back over in the UK there. I've seen some flyers like for Boba Fett as well as Dengar that have that kind of cool bounty hunter logo there. Very, very cool item. That one's at $4.30. CIB's auction's always in Sunday night, but I only included 2 from the auction, but there are some other stuff that they have listed. Some Lily Letties that are buy it nows with making offers. Mint on card Lily Letties, really nice stuff, high grade stuff, and a high price stuff. So I didn't include them, but go check out their other inventory because they do have some beautiful items for sale in case you want to make an offer. This is a ISP6 mini rig graded AFA 85 mint in sealed box. That was one of my favorite mini rigs growing up. I had that one and I played with it to death. That one's at $4.56. This is one of the more expensive mini rigs to get in high grade. I don't know why. They must not have been produced in that big numbers, but man, I played with that thing so much growing up. I'd expect that one to go for $650 to $750, quite honestly. That's how they usually go for a very high grade example of the ISP6. Finally, this one got relisted from another seller that we cover very regularly on the channel, and he's over in the UK, but he had it listed in an auction starting at like $11.50, and then he dropped it to $10.50, still no bites, and so now he's got it at $837 US or 670 pounds with a make an offer option. This is a Turkish Uze bootleg for the Emperor's Royal Guard, graded qualified 80 with an archival case. These are extremely rare. Rare as hen's teeth, as BOE likes to say, Blacked Out Ewoks on YouTube. These are very rare, and I would love to have this myself. It doesn't have the weapon, but it's an archival qualified 80 grade Turkish Uze bootleg Emperor's Royal Guard. That's a really nice example, and I think that price is excellent. I would buy, if I was in a buying mood, I would buy this. I would make an offer on this pretty easily. I think that price is very fair, but it does have a make an offer option. There's 12 watchers on it. I expect that to sell any minute. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this look at items that are for sale on eBay. Happy hunting out there. Don't forget to use the eBay affiliate links. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll be back soon.